So at the beginning of 2020, we had our very first ever Vision Night. And man, was it so exciting to be able to share a vision of where God was leading us into the future. And we rallied around this idea of to rise and to build. And what I believe kind of happened was God did something within us individually and us as a youth ministry and kind of pushed us into this reality of being builders. And not just builders personally, building our own faith, but being builders of other people's faith, whether it be the students and the friends that we have at school or the lives of people that are within CM Youth. And it's been really exciting to see how God has used this vision in this past year to create a bunch of builders. And over this past year, God has done some absolutely incredible and amazing things. So let me show you what God has done this year. In 2020, we had our very first ever Vision Night, which was amazing to be able to share vision for the very first time. But of course, just literally a couple months after we had our very first Vision Night, the pandemic hit, which pushed us all online. However, it was amazing because God set us up for a great online presence. So we created our YouTube channel and we created a TikTok page. So subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on TikTok.
And last year, we had our first ever all-nighter. It was an amazing time. We had Nerf Wars, enjoyed a wonderful movie, and ate some food. But not only that, our youth group got closer than ever.
And we launched our first ever family resources, which included some devotionals, Bible reading plans that can equip you and your family to live a God-first life.
And this last year, we had our very first youth online service. It was awesome. We had worship, a word, student engagement online. It was absolutely amazing.
And we had record attendance of 10 students at Life Group. Come on, isn't that exciting? And we had our first ever car wash fundraiser and we raised a total of $400. So as you can see, God has done some amazing, incredible things in this past year. And here's the deal. The question is never, is God doing something? The question is always, what is God doing? And even maybe to take that question a bit further, can you see it? So Vision Night is all about taking time to see and to celebrate what God has done in the past, but also to see where God is leading us into the future. God has been kind of speaking to me a lot about this idea of the future here recently. And I think when it comes to the future, I think most of us have one of two really different, really stark and different views of the future. Either one, it's really dark, gloomy, kind of depressing, and it's kind of like skyscrapers of trash, like literal trash, kind of like the movie WALL-E if you've seen that movie. Or on the other hand, it's like beautiful, like futuristic skyscrapers made of glowing silver and like beautiful landscapes, flying cars, and it's this beautiful utopia. And we tend to have one of two views of the future, either literal skyscrapers of trash or literal utopia. But Paul gives us something really important that we get to understand as followers of Jesus, and he writes this in the book of Philippians. He says, I'm forgetting what lies behind and I'm reaching forward to what is in the future. As followers of Jesus, we get to be excited about the future. No matter what the future physically holds, we get to be excited about the future. And because we have this hope in Jesus, we have a hope in Jesus, and that is why we get to be excited about the future. Paul even goes on to say later on in that chapter that our citizenship is in heaven. We get to eagerly wait for our Savior Jesus Christ. So no matter what happens in the future, we have a hope for the future. We get to be excited about the future. The future is bright. The best is yet to come. And that's what this Vision Night is all about, is being able to both celebrate what God has done, but to look to the future with expectancy, to look to the future with eagerness, to strain, to reach forward into the future because the future is bright. Every year, our goal at CM Youth is to expand into all that God has called us to do and to be. And this year, we've got a couple really cool announcements to help us spread the gospel and ultimately spread this hope for the future.
The biggest thing that happened all 2020 was the pandemic. It changed our world and it turned it upside down. We went from meeting in life groups and giving each other high fives and, hugging each other to just being quarantined and separated from each other. And that made us change drastically. We had to switch to online. But thanks to technology, we were able to keep that up. We went from meeting in life groups in person to doing Instagram lives and meeting up in Zoom. And hey, we even started our own YouTube channel.
The pandemic really put a spotlight on the shifting piece of youth culture. YouTube is the new TV. We spend so much time on YouTube searching videos for entertainment and even answers to questions.
We're committing to staying active on our YouTube channel by doing regular uploads. We'll be uploading a new video every month for you guys. We absolutely believe that YouTube is a great platform to spread the gospel, but we also know that YouTube is a fun place for entertainment. So we'll be posting videos about fun and entertaining things, but also we'll be encouraging you guys and spreading the message in your walk with Christ.
So make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Church on a Mission Youth, if you haven't already, and we can't wait to see what comes out of CM Youth on YouTube.
Excitement and expectation for the future is awesome, but if we're honest, it can be incredibly difficult to find a way to see life and the future with excitement when we don't really know much about what we're excited about.
Yeah, and statistics tell us that Gen Z has had the least amount of exposure to the Bible than any generation ever. No generation before has had the least amount of exposure to the Bible, to Jesus, to God than any generation ever before. And so obviously what that means is that Gen Z by default knows the least about Jesus, about the Bible, and about who God is and what God is doing. And it's always been a goal of ours to make sure that CM Youth is being able to be part of every single step in the journey of students, whether they've just heard about Jesus for the first time today, all the way to students that are leading their friends to Jesus and even preaching the gospel. And life groups on Wednesdays has been really awesome for those students that already know a little bit to be able to go even further. And we want to make sure that we are involved in every single step of the process. And so today we're really excited to announce something brand new called Grow Track.
Grow Track is awesome. It's all about helping you understand the basics of what it means and looks like to follow Jesus. In 6 digital sessions, we'll go over and tackle the fundamentals of what following Jesus looks like, and each video is going to be about 10 minutes each, so it's not that long. After each video, we're going to have questions for you in the Grow Track that'll help you understand and process the topics that you've tackled in that session.
We believe that this is going to be vital in helping those new students understand and build and grow their faith, and it's going to be able to help fill in those gaps that we can't quite fill in every single Sunday and at life groups on Wednesdays. And we're really excited to see what God is going to do through Grow Track in helping students live a God-first life. And you can sign up for Grow Track today. All you have to do is text the word Grow Track to the number 504-499-0775. 2021 is going to be an exciting year for CM Youth, and I can't wait to see what God is going to do in the future. And I challenge you to join us in reaching forward to the future, because we get to be excited about the future, and the future is bright.